it, roof guy thing.
Sam the Roof Guy here. I'm the sales trainer and sales coach at Next Day Construction. We're hiring. What are you waiting for? Reach out to us so we can set up an interview and get you on the winning team. I want to kind of recap and kind of go over a couple of things because we like to use some of this stuff to help our marketing and branding right now and kind of talk about how we were able to scale, able to grow things as far as the marketing side, the coaching side, and then kind of game plan and talk about how we want to move forward and take it from there and kind of move forward. But so how long were you working with Dakota as far as on the marketing side?
Oh, I started with Dakota. I want to say me and Dakota got together in 21. We were in the new building. So the end of 20 and then till basically the end of 22.
Okay.
It's like 2 years.
And when you first started with them, how many sales reps did you have, and how much were you guys doing in revenue?
So sub roofs, I had a ton of stuff. Just because I've been subbing for 15 years.
Gotcha.
But so like year one, we jumped from without Dakota, I was at like 2.1, 2.3 mil. The first like half a year with Dakota, we bumped to like 6.8 or 7.1, I think. I'm on the screen. I'm just gonna pull up my books, but
sure.
And then year two, we broke the 10 mark. So
damn.
Actually, no, I think we had a job that like fell in the cracks. It was like 9,900,000 and some thousand. It was right there.
Gotcha.
We broke it. I didn't even bother talking about it. It was
Gotcha. So before working with him, so when you started working with him, you had just transitioned from being a sub into going and running your own claims then?
Yep. And I it had been probably been 6-8 months since I had transitioned from sub to retail. I was kind of still coattailing, doing a little sub work and then just partnering up and doing my thing. And then I worked with a couple little companies that, obviously actually they were big companies. I went with Modernize, and then we went to Haibu, which was another big one. And it was just spending our asses off, and we just weren't. It was just so slow. There were days where you see how much you're spending, and you get 4 leads that come in, and you're like, man, like, and then especially because as we grew, we brought in all the sales guys.
Right.
And when you get 12, 10, 12, 15 sales guys, even though some of them are only part-time, you still got to give them guys leads. And it just, when we switched over, and don't get me wrong, we did the free roof giveaway thing. I think I was one of the first ones with Dakota to do that. And as we grew through it, it got better and better and better. The more we targeted it, that's a big thing, especially with storms. Is just being able to fucking target that thing. If you can target it in the right areas. We did $10 million. Don't get me wrong, we had a couple of big storms, so we couldn't. We thank you for that. To be honest with you, we probably should have turned the marketing dollars down a little bit during those storms, just because it was so. It almost became counterproductive to the sales guys because they couldn't be where I wanted them to be all the time,
right?
Because they were running 5 appointments a day, so it's hard to keep the guys in the storm area when they're out running 5 appointments a day.
For sure. So it gets to the point where, he can produce leads, to say the least.
Like, oh man, we were. It got to the point where the guys just were like, bro, like I got to go back to my job today. I can't take another fucking lead.
Right.
And, that was when we had. 12, I would say 12 full-time and probably 5 floaters as far as sales guys, you know what I mean? So leads poured in. It was, and we used AccuLink, so it was kind of a pain in the ass. And even with the different systems that we had to put together and shit, like leads are our blood. So he got plenty of that.
For sure. So he comes in, he does the free roof giveaway, and right away you start seeing the impact from there. Take over following year, you guys hit 10 million, and then I had came in at one point, and that was 2022, right? Was that 22?
Yeah, that was end of 22.
Came in, and with with a lot of when growth happens that fast, there's going to be some downfalls, and part of that is keeping up with like production and shit, right?
If you don't have if, you know, with the growing like that, without having the, and I mean, I hate to say it, but like, I mean, we had a bad luck, man. Like we had one job that was $875,000 that we only seen 40 grand out of. You know what I mean? We did the whole fucking job. We did the copper, we did the shingles. It was done, and all we seen was 40 grand, and we're still waiting to get paid from that lady. So I mean, with that one job on its own, we wouldn't even have the conversation we're having right now.
Right.
You know what I mean? That was because I mean, when you have a big one like that, then you know you got supply problems, you got this, you got that, and I mean, but I mean, as far it had nothing to do with the work that was coming in. You know, I mean, it got to the point to where like I had to put a foot down because we just couldn't. I couldn't keep going because I mean we got that one job alone, and I had 150,000 wrapped up in copper. You know, and you can get 24 months away to get paid from that lady, and but I'll be honest, I'm pretty that one right there originally came off of a free roof giveaway lead.
Wow. And that turned into 800.
It was like I think it was the neighbor. It was like the neighbor of a free roof giveaway, and it ended up being like a $7 million house.
Wow.
You know what I mean, and we will get paid. So I mean, thank God for that. But I mean, it just when you got big money, like that. You know how it is. Husband's a lawyer. They think they can wait you out as long as they can, and you know it is what it is. But
for sure,
no, that I mean that one alone came off of a free roof giveaway, and even outside of the free roof giveaway, just the attention we got on social media and on Google. I mean, our Google shit with our website went way, way up because when that's why we actually went with Dakota. It started with just website stuff because when I was with Ibu, they were just, man, we were spending $12,000 a month, and there wasn't shit. We weren't getting good leads. We weren't. Everything was bad all the way across the board. I mean, I could have done a better job running my website by myself. But I don't have time for that. That's where you guys came in, and then even with you like sales training stuff. I mean, I'm good at what I do, but you touch a lot of markets, man. You learn a lot. You learn a lot of things. So it was good to have you come in and the guys and we had the one kid, man. You changed his life. The kid actually, Eric.
Okay.
Remember him? He was Derek. Super giggity, real new. That kid actually. I sent him to a buddy that owns a branch in Sheriff Gosselin.
Okay.
And Derek sold like 2.3 mil last year.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. So that's a good one for you.
For sure.
He really did. He was digging the way you broke this down in your system for him and for everybody, really. I mean, that was our problem is we grew so fast without having those things in place.
Right.
A lot of guys that you see that come out and do 5 million, 10 million, they sat on the bench for a year. They built all their processes. They put it all in place. We didn't do that. Like I climbed off the roof, told the guys I wasn't coming back on the roofs, started hiring in sales guys. We got a building and we just started growing. And I mean, to go from $1.5 million, $2 million in sub labor when you're just working to doing 10 million, the other side is not even, it's not even in the same realm. It's a whole different ballgame.
Right, for sure. It's like someone being a kid and then a week, 2 weeks later, he's fucking 30 years old.
It's
a lot of growth, a lot of shit real fast.
They throw you in the deep, you throw in the deep end.
Learn to swim real quick.
It just is what it is. There's one thing if you're a big old suit company that's got big old deep pockets to to finance you for a year or two of having problems or doing this and I mean next day I started in 2012 basically, and I mean I just grew every year doing labor, and then it was just it was time to grow and being with you guys it was a good time. So for
sure, that's a big thing too. With like you mentioned suppliers, it's like if they're not used to supplying you so much, they might get you a $10,000, $25,000, $50,000 credit line. But when you go from doing $2 million in labor to all of a sudden $10 million in claims, that 50,000,
do the math.
That 50,000 is wrapped up real quick.
That's what people don't think about. I mean, our suppliers, even most of them are great. I mean, they give you a net 60. Well, net 60 sounds good, but you do the math. $10 million in roofing in a year. Not to mention, some of that was siding and windows and gutters, but I mean, you're talking our average supply bill is $250,000 a month.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I mean the cash flow to keep things
And then
positive,
insurance
especially
companies
that.
slowing things down and not want to approve things, and supplements taking
Yeah,
forever, or invoice taking forever.
yeah,
And really, and that's why, like, I mean, I warn these guys who go out and start their company. I tell them, hey, don't spend that money when it starts coming in. Like, you need to put that shit
no,
away and wait, because
yeah,
that storm hits. You got all these claims coming in, and oh yeah, it's cool. Oh, we're gonna get paid in the back end. That back end may not be for
yeah,
6 or 8 months.
yeah. No, and it is eventually. The problem is it's like a sales guy, Sam, in my opinion. So like I had trouble I love green sales guys,
Mhm.
new guys that don't know shit, that we can bring them in and just teach them the right way, the way we want it done. And but man, like keeping them guys hungry for 60 days, 90 days till they can get a paycheck in a commission world is just, oh, that's just a nightmare, bro. Because
Right.
and that's why, like, I tried to, when I would go out and sell, I would just give those to my guys, the new
Yeah.
guys that would come in. Hey, here, there's your first project. You're going to run it this way, boom, 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 so they could start getting money in. And that was how we were able to get a bunch of sales guys. Because otherwise, like, unless you're going to go like hand out a stupid salary and then take it back out of the kitty on the back end,
Right.
and man, nobody got time for that stuff, man. And
Yeah.
even sales guys, they just want to get paid at the end of the day. Just
Yep.
like, but at the end of the day, the owner does too. And I seen both ways. I had Joe in as a sales manager to begin with, and like seeing, trying to take care of your sales guys and yet trying to take care of your company are two in the same.
Right.
Yes, you want happy sales guys, but those guys want, if you don't hold them accountable, they won't do their damn job.
Yep.
And that's even that relates back to our collections. You know what I mean? Like if you don't make those guys go out and do that final meeting with the customer and shake the final hand, get the final check, that check, I bet you I found 30 customers that were just sitting at their house with their check, waiting for their salesman to show back up and take their money.
Yep. I called so and so. I left him 5 messages. He hasn't called me back.
Mm-hmm. Yep, he ain't called me back. And then that same guy, that same sales guy's in your office,
I need money.
bitching and complaining about he ain't got no money and he can't do this and he can't do that. And it's being on both sides of the world, it's definitely it's crazy to do it, but
For
it is
sure.
what it is.
Yeah, man. And so I mean, we've learned from that. So like we've taken I've always said that in the last 12 years I've made every mistake possible, to where that's why that's why half of my SOPs, half of the procedures and the way I'm like, all right, this is how we do things, it's because of mistakes I've made. Like I've done the wrong color on a roof because production didn't see a change order. I had where the system we were using the tablets, and we were using Spadio to knock doors, and Spadio would it would use your GPS and put the address in, and it would automatically create the lead for you inside of the CRM. Well, there was one day when I did it, the GPS was slightly off, and it was putting the name, like it was one house off every single time we were putting it in. So when I got the claim filed, it was the neighbor's house. It puts the lead in the system that way. I never double checked it, never caught it until the day of the build. I show up and they're fucking ripping off the neighbors. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
I
I've been there,
looked,
done that.
I was like, no. It's too late. Like that's the roofer doing that.
Yeah, they're done that, bro.
So I've learned, and so some of the things that we're taking is, like you said, sales guys, they want to get paid, but it's hard to get them. So one of the things we're doing now is when we're recruiting, instead of recruiting sales guys, we're recruiting canvassers first. We get them as a canvasser. Now the sales guys are more motivated because they have people to set them leads up. And now this guy is getting really, really good at knocking the door and setting inspection.
Yeah,
so then we set a goal.
That cuts your acquisition cost down by a ton too.
Yeah, and then now you move him he gets promoted into sales. So now he's got a bigger responsibility. He feels important. He feels growth because he got promoted. And then now he's also really fucking good at knocking the door and getting the claim down.
Yeah.
So it's just, taking baby steps. And then, so I've taken like, okay, what have we done before? What's worked? What was the biggest areas where we failed in? making sure guys can handle the production, making sure there's available crews, making sure we're getting the suppliers to understand, how much is coming in and working with them. Excuse me, before we get to the point where like, oh shit, we got these jobs to build, we can't build them. And taking sales guys and slowly transitioning on. Because a lot of guys, it's like, do I pay 10, 50, 50 and pay out the most commission possible and have the guy do everything himself? Or do I
Right.
break it down and pay him 10%? And it's like
Right.
a lot of guys, they're like, well, I want to make the most amount of money. So they want to do everything. But learning everything it takes in a quick, short amount of
See, that's the thing, bro. They think they want to do everything. But like me and you've never even touched on, but like, I mean, think about just the supplemental side
yeah,
of insurance work. Like your sales guy, I had sales guys that like that became so involved because that's what I want my full percentage.
right.
I want to do it all. Like, bro, you have no idea how to write an exactment. You have no idea how to get the money out of that. And above all else, like your company and your sales guy and the whole jive of insurance, especially insurance work. Retail's a different beast than insurance. With insurance, man, like I have to have an estimator that I have to pay to write all these estimates.
Yep.
I have to have a whole team that every day is on the phone, call insurance adjusters, calling, trying to get things closed out, trying to get things approved. When you were there. You're talking $10 million, bro. We're talking average that's what a $10,000 claim. $1 million. That's just 1,000 projects, bro. And even if you took, I would say we were 80% insurance. Yeah, because even that was the nice thing with like the fear of giveaway is you could target it so much that, and then we just trained, push insurance. If there's damage, find it, save the homeowner the money. We don't want their money. We want the insurance money. That's the big dollars. But it comes with so many more overheads and so many more headaches that retail is easy money, especially when you're in sales. And canvassers are, if you could teach your canvassers, that's the only problem that like I would run into with certain guys for sales that didn't want to do insurance work because like they always would steer away. And retail is great for the company. Retail is great for the company. And even for your sales guys, good for them because it's turn and burn money.
Yeah.
If you go and collect the money.
Right. Yeah, that's a financing. So, and that's what my training is geared a lot more towards trying to push every deal towards financing if possible, even the insurance deals, even the insurance ones.
So that's during my little time off, man. That's so when we decide that we're gonna touch that world here soon. Even my insurance jobs from now on will be financed up front.
Yeah, because you do the job, you're paid within 48 hours.
Well, and not only that, bro, but it allows it's a massive upsell. Oh, like I can now get your whole shit paid for. You finance that up front. There's no harm, no foul. There's no early payoff fees, no penalties, no nothing.
Right.
So when your insurance money comes back in at the end, you can
throw it towards that.
You can either pay off your loan, which was already at good rates, or if you don't want to, you can use that money to do another home improvement project.
Yeah.
Why would I not take more money?
Right.
Think about these people, man. You're already getting them. Okay, they got financed. They're good. Their house, the exterior is all brand new, and it was a $40,000 claim. They now have $40,000 to redo a kitchen, or do a garage addition, or a build, or anything. And that's one thing. Like I will pound super hard, man. It's like get the money.
Yeah,
that's all there is to it. Like make them happy, get the money. Don't leave it on the table. And by financing it, if the whole insurance world don't go that way here soon, bro, I'm gonna be real weirded out about it. I talked with this chick out of Colorado, man. She runs a company out there. She's through GAF. She's one of their their certified insurance people, and they're doing it. But they've been doing it for like 5 years.
Yeah.
And I mean, bro, if I had financed all of my insurance work, that's like getting the money up front.
Yep.
And then you just worry about supplements on the back and make sure the lingo's right in the contract. You got nothing to worry about.
Right. For sure. Yeah. I mean, and that's what, at that point, like you just kind of now you're giving them your price. You're letting them know, well, this is what the project's going to cost. If your insurance covers that much, great. If they only cover this much, but you agree to the payments, you like the payment plan. Most finance companies, you know, they have plans go up to 10 years, 9.99%. Like it's, I mean, to the one person said 9.99, that's kind of high, right? I see no mortgage rates are 7% right now, right?
Yeah, that's
Like,
yeah,
what are
that's,
you talking about?
if you're getting,
Mortgage
if you're
rates are
seeing under
7%.
yeah, you're crazy.
Do you want to refinance your home? You can, but
Yeah,
I
good
mean,
luck.
back to zero.
Hey,
So,
I'm telling you, I've been seeing it. It's crazy. So,
yeah, but
but I mean,
yeah,
even then, you still got some financing that's got. I mean, you got 0% for like 2 years. You know what I mean? Which is, I mean, at the end of the day, I'll be honest. Like, the details are minuscule. They don't mean shit. At the end of the day, like the money from your and especially doing it that way, it allows us as contractors to kind of steer the insurance where we need them, because like exactamente all fine and great, but like I'll be honest, why pay for it? Why continue to pay for a system to give them exactly what they want for them to then bitch about it, deny it anyways,
right,
and make me rewrite another estimate?
yeah,
So instead, here's my price of what my package is going to cost. And if you want me to break it line by line down, then I'll do that when you do the same thing with your insurance policy.
right.
You're not going to do that. So this is the price.
What I started doing, I had a process this past year where I got to the point I stopped meeting with adjusters. Like it just got to the point to where all states given a 3 hour window, State Farm gives you a time frame, and they don't show up in that time frame. And so I if I had 3 adjustments in a day, my day is shot. And at the point where it was pointless. So what I started doing is I said, all right, you know what? I'm going to send my shit up front. Let me test it out, see how it works. So I would do the inspection. They have damage. Look, I recommend you file a claim. Here's the damage. I was using company cam, so I send them a link, gives them access to all the photos. They look through the photos. I'm like, look, the next step is file a claim. They got the claim filed. I would then take all my photos and mark the roof up as if I was the adjuster. So I would mark up every single thing. I would use a different colored chalk for each elevation. I would label the elevation, H equals blank, W equals whatever. I would mark it all up. I take my photos in order, and then I would create a damage report. I had a template I made to where front side, left side, back side, right side. I would drop my photos in there. And then I was using Roofguy to create I had my template set up for estimate. So I would create all the line items. And what I did was I took like 4 or 5 Exactament estimates. I found each line item I could use, and I just jacked the price up a little bit. So like if they're paying on average $12.50 a foot for gutters for 5-inch, mine had like $13 a foot for gutters, whatever. So I went through, made all my template, and so what I started doing is I would get them to file a claim. I would email the adjuster the measurements, the damage report, and the estimate. And I would send them an email and I would say, hey, here's my damage report, here's the measurements, here's my estimate. If you have any questions, let me know. I will not be on the property when you come out there. If you have any questions about the damage, call me and I'll be glad to answer for you. Bro, they all started getting fucking approved. Out of the last 21 claims I had, 18 got approved off of doing it that way.
I don't want you there.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm like,
it's become such a battleground. But because everybody, you know what I mean? Like if you watch, I mean, we sit here and we watch all these videos and this and that all over
back
Facebook
and forth,
like,
and
everybody's like battling with the adjuster and shit. Like you're not gonna argue with that guy.
You're not gonna change his mind.
And like my sales guys, bro, I'll be honest, Sam. There was one guy I fired him, bro, because the kid got denied like 11 times in a row. He got denied because he showed up and he argued with the fucking adjuster. Like, don't get me wrong. Yeah, it's bad practice on your adjuster's part to deny a homeowner, but they know they're going to pay for it in the long run. But that dude ain't going to get it. And there's a reason for it. And not to mention, like, you can't build a pyramid of guys if you have a guy that has to go to all the adjusters meetings.
Right.
Your manager that's doing that because he's the only one that's fucking knowledgeable enough to do it is never going to be happy because he's not making any money because he's not selling nothing. Right. He's constantly running around just doing the other guys' work. Yeah. When those guys, we're already there. You're already there. Take your pictures. You know, and that's where your inner system comes in. Like you can have all of that can be built in to damn near write its own estimate off of your pictures if you have half-ass knowledge. But like to have all of your guys out wasting their time doing that, like you said, why? It's stupid. Even just wasting your own time is dumb. Let's take 17 fucking sales guys and stick them out there and waste their time too already and see how much money we lose.
Right. And that's where, like, as a manager, the last company I was with, I was battling because these guys, like, they did not, I showed them how to do it. We had a template set up and everything. All they had to do is go in there and do it. And they would create the fucking damage report and still want to show up to the adjuster meeting. And I'm like, what are you doing? And they're like, oh, my homeowner wants me there. I said, no. Your homeowner wants you there because you told them that you're going to be there. Oh no, they
only want you there because you didn't tell them what you did the first time.
Right. Like, no, you're set. Like, well, they wanted me to be. I'm like, oh, every single homeowner calls you and says they want you there with the adjuster. That doesn't make any sense. If you tell them, no,
if they do, it's because you showed up playing. Pardon my French, Mr. Captain Save-A-Ho. Right. I'll be here every step of the way for you. I'll never miss a phone call. And all you're doing as a sales guy, to me as an owner, and even to me as every position I've ever played. Like I started on the roof from start to finish. If we teach them to overpromise, they will underdeliver every single time.
Yep.
And it don't matter, bro. You know, I had a 5-star rating, Sam. For 13 years, bro. 13 years on Google, I had a 5-star rating. My first bad review was because I knocked down a lady's door on a Sunday. So it is what it is. But like the amount of bad things that you get back from homeowners, I haven't talked to my sales guy since he picked up the check. He didn't come during the build. He missed my adjuster appointment. All of those things he only expected them of them because you promised them to your homeowner.
Right.
They didn't need to happen.
I tell homeowners all the time,
like being there on build day and stuff like that. That if you're selling, I mean, you know that, like I know, bro. If I'm not there on build day, it's because I'm sick or something, and even then I got to go because, bro, you're losing so much money not being there on build day.
100%. I tell homeowners, I say, look. It's construction. Things are going to happen, but if they happen, here's where I'm different from Chuck and a truck. Is we're professionals, so if something goes wrong, I promise you, we're going to take care of it. I'm not going to promise you that shit won't.
Your home will be whole and you will be happy. That's all there is to it.
Yeah. They say, well, what about afterwards? I say, look, we do our best to go through, and we use a magnetic roller, and we do our best. But I'll be honest with you. There's 10,000 nails coming off, 10,000 nails going on. We're gonna miss a few.
Yeah,
we're gonna miss a few. So when they, if you see some, I all I ask when you see them, don't say motherfucking Sam. Just give me a call and I'll come by if you need me to and check it out. But I mean, there's gonna be a couple here and there.
Yep, you're gonna find them. Absolutely.
Yeah,
I feel like that's a big thing, man. And growing fast like we did, that was a lot of the reason I decided to get rid of quite a few guys really fast was because with having such a big monster rolling, like you can ruin your customer service so fast.
Yeah.
And you know, like I know, like for why we live. I mean, how long you been doing this?
12 years.
I'd say long. Well, I live on referrals.
Yeah.
And my referrals don't come because I promise to, come back every Christmas and hang out with your kids. And I mean, like I did a good job. And if you had a problem, just call me and we'll come in and we'll take care of it. I mean, I'll be out next week. I gotta meet with the lawyer again. A couple things go on, and then I'm gonna put on Facebook. We're gonna do a soft open, and I'm just gonna put a big deal out there to everybody. Hey, any past customers that still have work that needs to get done or didn't get done, or if you have any issues, make sure you reach out to us. The phones are back on, boom, 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 and just slowly turn the keys back onto the monster. Sure. Because like that was my big thing. Like I didn't really want to start over, was because I spent so many years building it to what it was that like, and like, everybody can say what they want and blah, 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 blah. Like none, I can promise you, like nobody that's saying anything about us did $10 million in 2022. Didn't
And
happen.
none of them are paying the bills.
No, none of them paid the bills. Well, and
None of them cutting a check.
like,
So fuck
they have
them.
no idea what it takes to do that volume. They have no idea.
Right.
They have no idea. There's a million things in the world. I don't really care. All I care is that we get back to where we need to be, and then we can talk about what I told you so. Yeah, I mean,
Hell yeah. Fuck yeah, dude. Let's focus on that. Actually, along the lines. So Royal Lions Group, RLG, Dakota, he sent you a couple gifts, right? That he had given you before.
Yep.
Pocket watch.
Yep.
And then, do you have that with you?
Not with me here. I don't know.
Got you. But what I remember
But I
him
do
saying,
still have it.
what did he engrave on there?
Oh, keep this. It said, keep this in dark times. Remember, what does it say? In dark times, this will light your way. Yeah, remember, in dark times, this will light your way. And at first, I kind of chuckled at it because I'm like, like when I got it from Dakota, like everything was like super, like we were cranking. So I'm like, man, what is this? What is this dude talking about? Like, but bro, like, it's true. Because even I don't care who it is. When you grow, you're gonna hit a hiccup, and it don't matter how big it is, bro. Like, thankfully, like I've woven myself through this, and I took care of enough customers that I didn't have anything to worry about. Nobody got screwed on any money, so there's there's no crazy stuff that could come, because like I know guys that got bad for it, bro. Like I've seen guys that fell apart and went to jail,
right?
Like for years of their lives because they couldn't take care of their customers. Thankfully, we didn't have that. I had a great my mom and Kelsey and everybody around me that really that helped with that. But I mean, like, having the things from you guys, and I think back to the watch. Me and Dakota were talking about it earlier, and I'm like, man, like you're gonna have some dark days even when you win it, man. Winning ain't all bright days and sunshine. So
right, and getting through that is the biggest part. Like you said, man, there's guys who they're in prison right now because they couldn't fulfill whatever, and so that's definitely a big deal.
Well, it's because there's a fine line, bro, and like we all know it. Like when things go bad, people get desperate,
right?
And when you become desperate, you can do stupid things. Like it happens. But man, like, yeah, no, it's been good to have, and like with you and Dakota, man, to have guys that even knowing being there firsthand and seeing how bad things can get, like still reaching out, hey, what's going on? What can we do to help? That goes a whole lot further than a free roof giveaway. You know what I mean? So
For sure.
Guys that and not to mention, I know we're all about making money here. You eventually, man, if things go sideways with making money, you got to have people there that give a fuck for you to have a chance to ever get back to doing that. You know what I mean?
sure.
I mean, that's one thing I have the chance to do that. A lot of guys don't, man. Like to come back from a big hiccup is a whole nother ball game, and to have people there to stand behind you is awesome. So.
For sure. And I mean, I'm glad to be aligned with you because, like, and that's part of like why we started this RLG, and we really have more guys trying to start the movement because, it's about being a brotherhood. And it's about being there for others when all you see is dark, when there is no light, and you're looking down the tunnel, you don't even see a light at the end of the tunnel. And for you to go through what you've gone through, you can be one of the biggest assets to this group because when guys start rolling and they start growing, you can have that sit down of, hey, let's jump on a call. There's some things I want to talk to you about. There's some things that you don't see now that you need to prepare for and make sure they avoid.
Because they're coming.
Yep. And so, and then you can have that talk of, look, I've been there, I've gotten here. This is what I went through, and this is how I ended up on the other side now. This is what it took. It took some grit. It took some fucking prayer and everything else with it.
Oh, yeah.
But this is where I'm at now, and this is how I got out of it. This is how I got through it. And when someone's going through that, you can actually stand there and say, "Hey, man, I understand what you're going through."
Definitely. It'll definitely give you the tools to help get some guys through some shit like that, and help. I mean, really, the warning signs, bro, because like a lot of people, they're there. The warning signs are always there, and it's so easy to ignore, but they're there.
Yeah. No, that's good, man. Moving. So what we've done is, and I know that in the past, we're expensive, and that's the other thing too. Is another thing that guys don't realize is that it costs a lot to grow, right?
Yeah.
Especially if you're paying for recruiting, if you're paying for training, marketing, SEO, all the shit, things can get expensive. So what we've come up with, and now is a subscription-based model to keep
Yep.
things so where that way, because there's times where we have clients where they're paying $5,000 or $7,500 a month, but after 3 or 4 months, or once things start slowing down, they don't have that money coming in. They can't afford to dish that out. So then now we have to go on a break and then wait 3 or 4 months to get back on track. And it doesn't make it sustainable for us to be up and down either.
I think guys are forgetting that I don't feel like it was ever really expensive, Sam. Like
Okay.
having you guys, as far as like, when you get your sales training and stuff. Unfortunately, like, you didn't get to come around until like kind of like the end with me,
Right.
you know what I mean? And it sucked because we had right before I had just got rid of a bunch of sales guys. So it was awesome that you were coming in and you trained my new guys back up. But like I wasn't in full swing. If I had been, it'd been a different story. But like with when it all started, bro, like Dakota wasn't that expensive. His services aren't that expensive, but people don't think about it's SEO, it's Google Ads, it's Facebook, it's Instagram, you got TikTok, there's 5,000 different fucking things that it goes on now, and these I feel like people are mistaken the fact for like, and I think at one time, like when I first, it was like it was like 8 or 10 grand, you know what I mean? But even on top of that, you have your ad spend, you have your Google ads, you have your Facebook ads, like. But again, like you have to be willing to spend the money
to make 10 million.
And
right?
I mean, when I started to grow, before about 6 months from it, I had like 100 grand. Like when I went from doing my sub work to going to retail, I had like 130 grand of liquid money that I just said fuck it, and we went for it.
Yeah.
And like guys don't think about, and then especially that's where you guys got it bad, because you guys are like, all right, so we'll do it for like, let's just it's $5,000 a month, and that covers all of your things. That still doesn't pay to put that shit out there.
Right.
You know what I mean? That covers the systems and the things that it takes. Like it, I mean, there's people that have to write my backlinks and this and that and all the things that I hate to say it, but like I know a lot about just because of listening. But I don't want to know that shit. I don't have time for it. That's like you're not plugging my SEO and my bullshit on the back end. You're sales training. You're running guys. You're recruiting. You're building a force. Like you have to pay for Sam. You have to pay for Dakota. You have to pay for this person. Like that $5,000 ain't much.
Right.
When it comes to when there's 8 of you on the team, 10 of you on the team that are constantly revolving. But then guys don't want to spend the money on top of the fee,
right,
for ad spend, and then at month 3 you want to bitch and wonder why you don't got no money coming in.
Right.
I can pay you guys $5,000 every month from now till Kingdom Come, and outside of my organic leads and just what you guys do special to put out there, we're not going to make any money.
Right.
We're not spending any. Like,
yeah,
I mean, I think in 21, man, yeah, in 21 we spent $750,000, and that was just, that was the whole kit. That was marketing.
Yeah,
that's $750,000. Like, I know that's a lot of money, bro.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? Like, guys don't think about it. Like, it's I'll be honest, in my opinion, all these guys out here that want to do 2 to 3.5 million, 2 to 4 million, I feel like any time a truck in the world could do 2 to 4 million.
Right.
When you get into
a good sales guy now can go out there and sell 2 million door to door.
Yeah, exactly. And with a decent team behind him, I mean, you're whooping right through it. It's not that many roofs and shit to get done, especially when it comes like certain there will be certain things that we won't do when I open back up. There will be. I'm not fucking selling windows. I mean, I'm not just not doing it. There's no profit, bro. Like if I could, bro, my company, I would just be just roofs. That would
I'm
be
not gonna
all we
lie,
would do.
bro. When it comes to Windows, I'm gonna be honest with you. I use you as an example whenever
Bro,
I'm
I
training
listen, I
companies.
paid a salary, bro. No, fuck that. I paid my $5,000 a month. We bought that in Windows that got ordered wrong in one fucking year. Like, forget Windows.
I've used you as an example of when guys like we want to start selling windows. I'm like, hold on,
No,
you do
you
a
don't.
good job on roofs? Yeah. Do you do a good job on gutters? Yeah. Siding? Stick with that. I'm telling
Yeah,
you, I have a guy. I showed up to his warehouse. There was 15 fucking windows lined up.
yeah. And that was because I already sold 25 of them out the back door. Like it was bro. Unless you have, again, it's just another system failure.
Yeah.
Because if had I had the correct, had you had a measure tech, that all that guy did was go out and measure windows after
right.
you sold the job, then that's fine. You give our sales guy a base price. If it's this many square inches, you measure it. This is how you measure it. I don't need you to give me the measurements. Just sell the fucking window.
Right.
But even then, like, man, all that work and all that production, unless you're selling a whole house full of windows and then trying to compete with like wall side and them guys, bro, I don't want none of it. I don't want it. Them guys are doing it for like $400 or $500 a window. If I'm not getting 1,500 a window, I don't want to do it.
Right. Now the homeowner's like,
no
I want
point.
you to cut a hole in this wall, put a window here, and then move the door from there to there.
Yeah, move the door over here. I want a slider. Matter of fact, put me a jacuzzi house. Like, I mean, it's just it's too much when you that's what allows companies to get spread thin.
Yeah.
That's when you financially hurt yourself because you put yourself out on shit like that. You pay for windows that aren't going to be in for 16 weeks, 12, I think and it's just another realm of process that is just annoying.
Yeah.
But like back to the money, like when it comes to like, it's not that expensive. It's even at $250,000, $3 million, even at $1 million, that's only 10%.
And that's what part of the financial architecture we teach. Dakota's got the financial.
I mean, think about it: $750,000 of 10 million.
That's less than 10%.
7.5%.
Yep.
That's under 10%.
100%.
I'm sorry, like these guys that are coming into the game and everybody wants to be the big everybody wants to be the big dog, bro. Then spend the money.
Yeah. They want to be the big dog and they get bought up by private equity. That's the new play for everybody.
Who doesn't? Like everybody, yeah. I mean, we all get it. It's cool. Like, but like, man, bro, it like I'm sick of listening to everybody whine and complain about it. And then like I seen it with Dakota, like, thankfully I was around like when you guys were new enough that like I got to see the inside of your guys' shit too a lot. You know what I mean? Like the struggles, the BS. I mean, because especially with you guys, like the amount of time that you waste talking to people and going out and like and meeting and then there's to have a guy like Ghost. Because I just spent 6 weeks talking to you and yep, you want to do this, you want to do this, you want to do that, but you don't want to do it yet, or that's just too much money because somebody else messaged you and said that they would beat my price by $500. Like,
right?
It just, man, bro, there's got to be some if with this group, bro, if we could build some loyalty in a circle, and then everybody can just kind of keep continuing with that. I think we can really change the industry, bro, because it's time for a change in it. That's for sure.
Hell yeah. For sure, man. So to kind of lay things out, once we're ready to move, the first thing we do is get the website rebuilt, get that up and running. SEO.
Dakota sent me it earlier. I think it's already remade.
Yeah.
I gotta get the phone number. I'm turning the phone number and stuff back on. So as soon as we do that, then we can go live with it and whatever he needs.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And the websites we were doing back then were good. Now, bro, we're talking like fucking full on 50-page banger location.
He sent it to me, and again, that's where I like it, and that's why like I would never turn down a chance. Like even that's why Dakota, like when I talked to him a couple weeks ago, I'm just like, listen, bro, like I don't want to waste your fucking time today. I know you want to jump on a call with me tonight, but like there's no reason. I have things I have to do before I'm ready for this. Let me do them. I'm not going nowhere else.
Right.
I mean, it is like that's the loyalty thing for me, man, is big, man. And me and Dakota have connected on a little, personal level when it comes to stuff like that, man. And especially, I mean, you, him, everybody's reached out to me during times where my own family didn't reach out to me.
Yeah.
I mean, it gets bad, man. And yeah, I'm excited to start moving back forward. So.
Hell yeah, brother. But it was good talking
But
to you,
I'll
man.
shut up and let you finish talking now. So.
Oh no, you're good. What you call it? I mean, he had mentioned that we're gonna start rolling on the website, so we'll get the website rolling. Once that happens, the next step we'll start recruiting guys. I mean, we want to get back to that level slowly but steadily.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I mean, so the baby steps we're taking is, we start with the marketing, start with the SEO, get the website going.
Yep.
But we'll bring guys in, onboard them, train them, get them rolling, get them fully trained, whatever. And then we'll start bringing the leads in. And then once that, we're feeding them, then we start the next round, we're bringing in just canvassers. And we're going to hyper focus on getting those guys to where when they're coming in canvassing.
I'll be honest with you, bro. Like, I got me and a couple guys that I know for sure are ready to roll when I say go as far as sales goes.
Okay.
So I mean, just when we turn the leads on, we can turn some leads on and stuff here in a couple weeks or whenever we get website and all that good jazz. And I'll start, and I'm just gonna start selling, bro. I mean, at the end of the day, like, there's nobody that sells next day like me. So it's just I said it a while ago. I had to go back to the basics and back to the beginning, and I intend to. And bro, like, we made it there once. I'm not even nervous about getting there again.
Right. Now you know what to look for. What you know all the signs.
Man,
you know all the signs, baby.
Yeah, beep, red lights. You know what I mean? And it's I'm with it, bro, for sure. And then as far as Dakota was kind of saying some stuff about as far as helping you guys out, anytime, bro. If you need me to jump on a meeting, I got my phone on. If I got to, I'll hop on, talk to these people. It don't make no difference to me, bro. Like, I mean,
I appreciate it, man.
We're all one unit, and I mean, not to mention, like before, bro, I don't plan on staying just here with the business.
Right.
I mean, there's hurricanes, there's travel, and there's storms. I intend to go all over as I did before. So,
for sure.
That's where you come in, my friend. You are a recruiting genius. So we'll keep rolling with that.
And I got crews everywhere too. So no matter where you go, I'll have a couple trucks full of Mexicans pulling up for you. So.
Oh boy. All right, cool. Yeah, no, I've actually got a pretty good pretty good setup with some guys set up out of they're set up over down in Nebraska.
Okay. Is it Jose Medrano?
Jose and then Lupe and them. They're down there.
Yep.
I mean, they got 75 guys, bro.
Yeah.
Come on. You know what I mean? Like, anywhere, and
he'll go anywhere. He'll go anywhere. Bro, the storm hit Chicago. He's like, Sam, we got workers. What's up? I'm like, bro, you're like 8 hours away. He's like, no,
my brother lives right in Chicago.
Okay. You have family out in Nebraska too, right?
Yeah, my cousin
Montana or some shit.
Yep, no, Nebraska.
Nebraska.
Yeah. You know Alan Lane.
I'm friends with him. I'm familiar with him, but I don't actually know him.
Yeah, he's been on my line for like 2-3 years, just constantly trying to get me to come out and help him sell. And just earlier today, he messaged me, come help me sell roofs in Tampa.
He's out in Florida now.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, he was. That's what I talked to. I said to him, I said, bro, last I texted you was in East Texas. Now you're in Florida. Like, who? And I'm like, who is it for? Like, I ain't got time. Shit,
that's the thing, man. Is everyone who's in Florida, they ain't licensed in Florida. They're working for somebody. He's working for somebody, and it's like, good luck seeing that.
Man, and that's that. Like, I just, bro. Not to mention, I got my own shit. I mean, that's like, I'm just like, bro, like, stop trying to give me some sell. Like, we'll come down to Florida and open up if we need to. Like, right. It is what it is. But man, I'm looking forward to it, bro. So anything you need from me, just let me know.
For For sure.
and we'll just kind of start rolling through as we get through this lawyer shit and get some things done over the next couple weeks.
Hell yeah, man. Keep us posted, brother. Good talking to you.
Absolutely, bud.
Later.
All right, Sam. Peace.